ultimately, when you end up at the intersection of where your company's either stalled out, really losing money, and you're not fulfilled, get out. If you're losing money or the company's stalled or both, and you're not feeling good about what you're doing anymore, get out. I mean, sometimes businesses come to a halt. You may as a leader lose your passion. That's a possibility. Sometimes businesses take capital to grow and push. And sometimes that capital dries up and you're putting capital in and the growth is not what it was. And the capital requirement just keeps elevating. So ultimately, you just gotta, for me, it's a feeling. I coach a feeling, not an emotional feeling where one day I feel good, one day I feel bad, one day I feel good, when you feel consistently, I don't think this has to go anymore. I don't think I'd love to see it go where I wanted it to go originally, but it's not moving. It's a slug. Just get out. And that's I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs now about my story, about their story. And it's amazing how many people, they're beating a dead horse. What most entrepreneurs are really good at is sales. Since they started that business, they've been selling the dream, selling the vision. It starts with, friends and family, and then it eventually gets into, investors and other people, and then the people that they're trying to attract to their business. So you have to switch them out of that sales mode and get them into like chief operating officer mode and chief financial officer mode, where they're looking at their operation, they're looking at the financials, and they're realizing for the first time maybe that there's a real problem here. They knew there's a problem, but now there's like a real problem. And when you can show them how that is going to actually really inhibit their life and take them further away from where they want to go or where they want to be, that is where the process begins. And there's a lot of coaching after that to kind of walk towards the point of, I'm done. I'm done. And I'm not a loser because I'm done. And I'm not a failure because I'm done. I am just done with this chapter. And now I'm going to get ready to take care of myself again, recharge my batteries, get myself fit mentally and physically to go at my next venture. And that's a really important thing to realize. When you go into business, it's not okay to just have a business and lose money. It's not okay to just think the business is your friend and it's always going to be there, or it's just a little slow period now. So if it's showing that it's slow and it's not moving for quarter over quarter, and when you match up last year's growth and the year before's growth in terms of just what's coming in, and you're not seeing any kind of trends that are going in the right direction, you may have to get out. I never experienced depression, but when I was starting to read about it and I started to see some of my potential tendencies, I said, oh man, if I don't switch my mental tracks, I can very easily slide into some of these symptoms, you know what I mean? And I didn't want that. So I made sure that through this journey, I disassociated myself personally and mentally from the actual what was going on in the business. And I started to then focus on the positive that I had in my other side of my life, this coaching and this training that never let me down. And I doubled down on it. The one criteria I use for people that I work with: are you hungry? Are you passionate? And are you able to take feedback without totally shutting down? Because I with my relationship with clients, they shut down. But I know at times when they shut down, if they come back up and open up like a flower because they realize they needed that, that's great. But the ones that shut down and stay down, that's not my crew. For me, I have a growth addiction. So as long as I'm moving forward, and I love to build systems and I love to get those systems to actually work, that's an obsession for me. And that's business systems, that's, helping people with their own operating system. So that's really what my addiction is. It's like helping myself, helping my own systems, helping other people to get their system to be working for them so they can have constant, continuous growth, because growth is what we, as high performers, that's what we want. That's what we need. That's our lifeline. That's our lifeblood. So we got to keep everyone moving forward. And sometimes that means, pulling out that knife and cutting that dead weight that you're dragging with you. The one thing is just keep going, because without action, you have nothing. you know? So I always say fail forward. Whatever you do, just keep failing forward, because you don't want to fall back. Just keep going forward. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to lose again. You're going to fail. You're going to get rejected. You're going to get your ass kicked. But just know that when that happens, it's supposed to happen. Just keep going.